Richard Raw is an up-and-coming hip-hop artist born and raised right here in Wilmington. He has toured the nation spreading his message of positivity and empowerment. He recently performed at World Cafe Live at the Queen for a CD release party for his new album, The Soul Sessions, and we were there to record that. And Richard, hello.
How you doing?
Fine. So listen, I had a chance to hear your music, which there's one song I really like. But it's like a real positive message. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And yes. I was going to ask you, how'd you rattle off all those names? I mean, you were thinking of names. I was like, wow, I didn't even think of it. But the music was great and it had a great message.
Yes, thank you. Just, I study a lot. I spend a lot of time studying. And one of the things, I made a song called Our Heroes. And I wanted to include the people that I consider our heroes that look like us in inner city communities. We're often given heroes. But, we have our own heroes that aren't recognized. And so that's one of the things I wanted to do is highlight some of the people that we champion as our own heroes.
So how does your experience growing up here influence your music?
It does. Clifford Brown, I'm a huge jazz fan, so Clifford Brown has been an inspiration, and the city as a whole has been an inspiration. So, and if you follow my music from years on out, you can see that my music reflects the tone of the city, the ups and the downs, the ebbs and the flows. So it definitely influences everything that I do.
You recently came off tour, and where did you go and where did you perform?
All up the East Coast. We went to Florida, we went to Georgia. I mean, we were all up and down the East Coast, and it was a fun time. People were receptive. They really enjoyed the music.
Okay. Well, you know what, Richard? We have some footage of you actually performing.
Okay.
So why don't we take a look about that, and then when we come back, we'll talk about your CD and,
okay.
What you think about the arts and education, etc.
Okay.
All right.
There's no tomorrow. They laugh at us and doubt us. Misplaced in time and space. Hoping I gotta find my fate. Religion was meant to define us. We look into the heavens instead of the God is honest. Trying to be modest and weather the storm. Talk to help me hand. You're looking for 12s at the end of your arm. Bundled in this cold world, hoping I keep warm. Vic died and I couldn't mourn. They say he's here in spirit, even though I miss him in the physical form. I drank a fifth on the day he was born. Remember the war, 33 and still live with his moms. Got knocked, came home, and now we study Islam. Made $1 million over stocks and bonds, he's doing good. Moved out of the hood, he mailed me a Quran. Pen in my palm, I'm still writing. Can't play a James 3 years now, but at least he's still fighting. So, there's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, they say, there's no tomorrow. Hands up, hey, I say, there is no tomorrow. Now come on, I see you, Mama Booty. No tomorrow. I love it, but it ain't all good. And think if I could bring you back, then I would. Wishing I could, never understood these crazy brothers going wrong. I'm thinking she can be your baby's mother. Had a kid, now we won't bother. I ain't a scholar, but I understand every man ain't fit to be a father. And you hoping that he won't run, but you complain that when that child support check won't come. How does it feel when your ex rejects your son? What sex but claiming that he respects your son? Look, I ain't doing the gossip. You're pregnant mom again, a lost soul blowing up in the wind. Try crying, but it just won't work. So you got your tubes tied, but if you only make things work. That's why it's hard for me to bring a child into this earth. Baby mama drama for raw, that won't work. To my sis, don't let that pain stress you. I see it as joy, you had a baby boy and his pops up and left you. I see it as something special. Now I'm stuck with being an uncle and a father figure to my nephew and to my nephew. Cause what they did to him was wrong. And still I carry on in your memory. Holler from heaven, you forever got a friend in me. No doubt sat on the couch and he told me I was good as the rest. Never said over last, told me I was better than the rest. Rose up, a bang like much respect. Was shot to death, we was just talking. Refused to visit your way. Scared to see you propped up in a coffin. I got my ball work and my honor. Working at late night, I even went and come to Honda. I'm trying hard, but the pull of the push God. Dear God, if tomorrow ever come. How can I explain? How can I explain? They say, there is no tomorrow. Hey, they say. How can I explain? How can I explain? Hey, they say. There is no tomorrow. One more time. Hey, they say. How can I
Okay. There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
So, you know what? And that has a great message. And it's like, I wanted to, what did you mean by there is no tomorrow?
The things that you want to do them now. Make tomorrow, act like tomorrow doesn't exist. Whatever you want to do, if you have dreams, follow them right now.
How have the arts helped you, and how do you think, we had an artist on before you, Alex Shaw, percussionist, and we talked about arts education. How do you think that's impacted you, and what do you think about the arts programs that are available for kids now?
I think they're a good thing. You know, coming from a hip-hop background, one of the things that I know, hip-hop started because the arts were removed. You know, the funding for the arts were cut, and we didn't have access to instruments. We didn't have access, you know, to the trumpets and the saxophones, so our voices became the replacement for the saxophones and the instruments. So I think art is extremely important, and it's a known fact that when children have access to the arts, that they do well, they do better. And so I think it's extremely important.
So we got another song, and it's America's Heroes.
Yes.
And like I said, you rattled off a ton of names, and I was just like, okay, how'd you even think of that name? But let's check that out before we go away. So we'll watch that, and then we'll come back and talk to you again.
Okay.
All right.
I dedicate this here to my heroes. Some call them zeros, others call them weirdos. Some call them whack. Still, I wish I could be a great man like the great noble Drew Ali. Okay, I wish I had the wisdom of the great Shirley Chisholm, the mind of Malcolm X with James Brown's rhythm, the soul of Peter Tosh, voice of Bob Marley, the spirit of it, the spirit of Marcus Garvey. I can't forget Will Smith, W.E.B. Du Bois, Professor X and Jimmy Cliff, KRS-One, Rakim and Chuck D, Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye and Teddy P. I think of them when I'm up in the booth. Great souls like Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Jim Brown, Spike Lee and Jamie Foxx, Mega Evans, Danny Glover, Dr. King and Pop, my hero. Hey.
I wish that I could live up to their greatness.
Yes.
Learn from every word, their lives like legacies, and it keeps me holding on. Their struggle is what motivates my majesty.
I dedicate this here to my heroes. Some call them weirdos, others call them zeros. Some call them whack. Still, I wish I could be legendary like Big Pun and ODB. I'm singing songs of freedom. Now I'm talking about Michael Jackson back when Papa Joe used to beat him. I'm talking Nat King Cole, Fats Domino, Louis Armstrong. That's back a long time ago. I'm talking Dionne Warwick, Patti LaBelle, DMC, Dougie Fresh, Kane, and LL. And what about B.B. King? It's like I'm hearing angels when I hear Mahalia sing. Look, a Superman never wore no cape. He was forced to pick cotton and his women were great. A Batman, he never lived in a cave. He was taken from his homeland and made into a slave.
My hero.
Yes.
I wish that I could live up to their greatness.
Come on. Yes.
Learn from every word, their lives like legacies.
Yes.
And it keeps me holding on. Their struggle
My hero.
is what motivates my majesty.
I wish Dennis Brown was still around. And if he was, I wonder what he'd be singing now. Maybe he's up in heaven with Miles Bird and Coltrane. Mary Jane, lighting at Mary Jane. Our heroes, Denzel Washington, Queen Latifah, Morgan Freeman, and John Hope. Tookie Williams is my incredible hope. Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Dr. Malachi York. Great names that I lock in the vault. Jewel Pookrum, Serena Williams and Rosa Parks, Nelson Mandela, Angela Davis, and Huey P. When I idolized them, I idolized me.
I try
Yes.
to be
Come on.
everything
Right.
they would want me to be.
So what?
So as I move on
With what?
with life,
Come on.
I will look back on their stride, my hero.
Hands up for your heroes.
So that was another inspiring song. Great message, you know, and I really appreciate what you said about, you know, the arts and as far as kids and hip hop and all that. I think that's great. You know, what do you say to kids out here now? What do you want them to know about your music?
That there is an alternative. They're constantly being bombarded with misogynistic and violent messages. So I try to give them an alternative. And when they see somebody offering them an alternative and see someone having success at it, you know, they want to lend an ear. They pay attention. So I'm offering an alternative.
You feeling the flow? You feeling the flow? Well, let's feel the flow. Sermon.
Like to go, would you like to fly? You wanna go, I know you wanna go.
Lyric.
Yeah, baby.
Lyrically, I'm murderous, serving murderless, urbanist like Roger Federer. Poetry to these competitors, it is your song. Smack those silly that sing along. Kick on the mic devices, sacrifice your life like the husband of ISIS. Not a myth, when I spit, they riff. Coming out that pit, making that pit. Running their lips like they pointing, swear to God they don't. Running at y'all, but I bet they won't. I throw their bodies up, then I take them off, then I put them all in my closet. Yeah.
Lyrics to go.
Yeah, we got lyrics to go.
Feeling the flow.
I know you're feeling the flow.